First point I want to make, which is pretty important, and a lot of Christians fall into this trap, is that decision making is hard. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a non-Christian, even the late Steve Jobs, they say that he used to always wear the same thing every day because of decision fatigue.
Oh, and one less thing that he has to
he has to make a decision on. And what I worry about is, as a Christian, as a believer, you could be inclined to relinquish and really not take that responsibility of making decisions, and decision making is hard, just like everyone else. But at the same time, the reason is because God is sovereign in our life. So God wants us to do His will. But we don't want it to be in a way where we've got no responsibility to make decisions as well.
Well, I think that can be a tricky thing, because there's a tension there, right? Because one thing that can happen for a believer is to say, well, I'm going to start to control my life and take control and make those decisions, very in a calculated way, and then become kind of we'll say a type A kind of control freak in my life. And then you kind of disregard what you know to be God's will in your life. And you're like, I'm going to do this. And if God wants to interfere, He can interfere, kind of thing. Okay. And then the other side of it is, well, God's completely sovereign and in control, and so I don't really need to worry about this. And so you're not proactive in making decisions, and you're not proactive in seeking out the will of God in your day-to-day life, because you're like, well, God will handle it, kind of thing. And I think both of those are two extremes that a Christian can fall into, and I think they're both unbiblical, kind of thing. And there's this mid ground where we have in the book of Ephesians where it says to walk circumspectly with discernment, to be proactive, but also to live by faith. But then what does that kind of look like? Because we have like God's general will for the believer. It's the same for all believers: to be holy, to live holy, to glorify God in your life, to worship Him, to serve Him. All right? We know that there's general things that God wants for every believer, but then He has this specific calling and this specific will for each one, because each one has a unique ministry or unique call.